Hello, welcome back. Last time I completed a room that I expected to take me a whole lot longer than it did, and I did it with ease, so that was great. My strawberry count went up. Now it matches the total number of non-silvers in the entire compilation. That was going to happen at some point, and this is the point when it happened. Alright, so part 2 of this room. Part 3 sort of, because part 1 was the tutorial. 2 was a secret access, so now, right, so I've learned to get that far. Instead of going left, though... Right, I need to do something with that arrow. I think that something is... Bubble air jump hyper to the right? And that'll just get me to this spot? Is that not what the tutorial taught me over here? I wouldn't mind going through this again, because it's been a few days. I think I remember how it works though. Right, and I had trouble getting my hyper to go off for some reason. But maybe now that I have a lot more bubble practice, that won't be as much of an issue. Okay, so, bubble air jump hyper to the right. Wall bounce on this. Bubble air jump super to the left. Wall bounce on that. Bubble wave dash into half ultra buffered feather. Right, this is a feather level, remember? I barely do. Alright, so buffered feather barrier break. Feather fly through here. That looks a little tight. Oh, that looks extremely tight. What? Maybe it's easier than it looks. I'm going to want to be dashing at some point to smash this and pixel align with that shaft, right? I could also pixel align to go upward, like I could dash up and go to the spot. I suspect that's not what I want. Let's imagine I went down. It's getting real complicated. That's going to go somewhere. There's an outline. This is a level that does those, so it's going to go there. Quickly enough that I'll be able to use the bubble on it? I'll imagine so. A couple of more touch switches here. I'm having some trouble parsing what's happening in that spot. That looks like a yum-yum spot, but I think if I just dash left after the bubble, I should get into the other one. Am I looking at this the wrong way around? This feels more like a bottom-to-top going section. Because after this green bubble, what would I even do? Well, I guess go down, dash right, go left, corner boost. No, this seems right. How high do I go from a corner boost? Is it high enough to get over this? And I do remember parsing this part of the room going right to left. I'm feeling really iffy about the amount of ascent you want me to gain after that corner boost. Wall bounce goes pretty high though, and I'm not going to be going that fast with the red bubble. I'll just assume I'll make it. So left, down, down, left into reverse, wave, up right, wave ultra, dash right, bubble, air, hyper, air jump, something. This will have gotten out of the way, I assume, because I rang the switches before? What about all this stuff up here? There's a switch up here. Oh, there's a red bubble detour to the up before I go to the right, isn't there? That turns into a wall bounce, I guess. Or a dash right, smash this, get pink. Dash left... right, do a hyper or something. Whoa. Okay, I think I more or less see what's going on here. Wait, green. Plausible. So there's a bunch of touch switches up here I have to collect at some point. What about this shaft here? Oh, is that the way I go back down? Do I want to not smash this? I don't know. Seems like there's just a lot of crossing paths here, and I can't tell the directionality of any of them. But I guess the one thing I know is that I'm expected to have gotten all the blue switches before I go down to this part of the level. Room. Anyway, supposing I reach this with all the switches touched. Get feather, fly through there. Don't get distracted by the spot where it looks like I could wedge myself into that. Too late, I failed that order. Anyway, get to the green. Touch switch block will go here. Which one? Well, this one. So that's gonna be a crouch dash input into Ultra. Dash left, bubble down, dash right, red bubble right, dash up right. Get crystal down right if you want, but might not be necessary. Reverse wave dash into Ultra here, dash right, and do some... Uh-oh, I don't like the look of this. This reminds me of Cave of the Crimson Sky, that like leftward wind room. Okay, so a really spiny looking climb there. It might be less bad than it looks, but that looks like it's gonna kill me lots of times. And wow, there's a lot of room before that. I wish I could just, like, copy and paste this chunk of the level into a little hypothetical situation, practice that in isolation, and then come back and do the rest. But that's not how this is set up. That's not the level experience as presented. So my saying I wish that is a lie. What I wish is that the author had included, like, a little, a way to officially do that, maybe. Anyway, so what's this first hurdle? I remember having done it before. How did I do it? Was it a... Right, it was a... Okay, so I super, then I crouch dash into Ultra. That's what it is. Then I jump on that. Yeah, there's like a lot of very fancy things going on in this room. Super, crouch dash, Ultra. And then just get your timing right eventually. My computer's taken this moment to do the thing it does. Okay. This is another room that I don't feel like I'm gonna get done today. That's okay. Also giving me some final room vibes. This is the first room that gave me that final room feeling. But my track record of predicting those things is no better than just a random guess. Am I pressing too early, too late? I'm gonna guess too late, because I intentionally went late there, and yeah, it was too late. Okay. So I need to be ready with the directional input on that earlier. Oh, what did I do? I pressed dash instead of jump. So I need to jump before dash there. Whoa, that was surprising. Like that. Okay, and then leftward super. This isn't exactly a bubble race, but I do have to use these bubbles quickly. No, I'm pressing dash first. It has to be jump first. I didn't even get into the bubble somehow. This sure is a start. Oh boy. Yeah, no, my fingers need to learn a new thing here. What? How? Okay. They're just not ready for that yet. Oh, and somehow how am I getting an up direction there? I can feel it happening, but I don't know why it's happening. Yeah, the input for that... What is the input for that? No, it is dash first. It's both at the same time, but I think dash specifically has to come first. Okay. And then I'm never ready for the follow-up. Okay, so got that worked out. Follow-up's gonna be leftward super... like this. I didn't get high enough! I'm just gonna pick, my goal for the day is... to... I don't know, at the very least to touch this feather? After that, I'll figure out what I think about the rest of this. Because I don't know yet. How do I get high enough there? Am I just not holding the jump button for long enough? I think that's part of the problem, but I don't think it's the whole thing. I can't ever tell what I'm doing wrong there when that doesn't happen. Like, all of those felt like they were early enough. Let's go exaggeratedly early and see if I still jump. Oops. So I'm going to intentionally go what I think is too early for the jump to go off. Whoops, if I could stop pressing the dash button an extra time. So that was indeed too early. I'll just have to figure out what right feels like. Am I mistaken about the, what I'm doing with this bubble? No, but I'm mistaken about what I'm doing with this wall. I need another jump in there to get the height. That's what I'm missing. Okay. Just like that. Oh boy, that's a lot of inputs in a short period of time, but I can learn them. Okay, I at least made an attempt. It failed, but I was trying to do the thing I meant to do. Okay, the feather is not looking like such a unreasonably easy goal anymore. Yeah, I just want to touch that feather once. Anything past that is a bonus. Ah, okay. Hip. Alright, so that's an ultra. Okay, I'm gonna touch the feather very shortly, probably. Okay, so... like, I just have to figure out how to walk this labyrinth. One step at a time. Earlier steps will be repeated every time, so I'll get better at them, and they'll stop being an issue. That's how it works. So that's an ultra, then buffer thingy. I'm gonna have pink hair. One dash hits that. That really makes me think I want to go upward. If I did, though, I'd be at 0 dashes. Okay, let's imagine I went up there. That has the look of something that crumbles. If I put my feet on it, I could probably pull off an extended hyper into ultra. So then I would go here, use the crystal to dash down into the bubble. Bubble up, dash up there, and be nowhere. If I wall bounce in a tight space like that, does it eat all my horizontal movement? I think either wall bounce will carry some beyond its spot and kill me. I also think a climb jump would not make it to that red bubble. So what it feels like is I need to get into the bubble without touching the crystal, unless it is a double crystal and I'll get one on the way out of the bubble anyway? Maybe. Anyway, let's imagine I can get to this red bubble. I bubble left, that thing breaks. No, it doesn't. I grab onto it and drop because that aligns me for this drop. Yeah, this is starting to make sense. Aligns me for that drop. Well, then this crystal doesn't, because I'll have a dash at that point. Right? I can grab out of a bubble to prevent it from smashing into a wall, right? Maybe. Maybe I have to use my dash to stop that bubble from smashing into this wall, grab it and fall. Either way, I'll get here, have a dash. Bubble air hyper to the left. Dash left, interrupt down, I guess? How am I doing this? Well, if I bubble right, dash up right, dash left, I think I'll more or less fall down on this red thing. Then I would red bubble up. Okay, so there's a clearly communicated sequence here. I go down this before, well yeah, I have to get to the red bubble. No. As soon as I'm at the red bubble, this will be open. Anyway. After all that, I'll jump here. I don't know what happens in this spot. It's weird. If I wall jump and interrupt the wall jump to the right, feels like I'm gonna smash the wall, bounce upward, hit my head, and die. So maybe it's interrupt wall jump, interrupt that dash to the left, fall down, dash again to the left, that's why the two dashes. So at no point do I want to smash this thing, maybe? Anyway, if I get in that bubble, it comes with an air jump. What is happening in this room? This is just like so much to parse. This bubble comes with an air jump, and the last of the blue touch switches, I think. The only direction I'm bubbling is to the right, which puts me just kind of floating here with a dash and an air jump and no idea what I'm doing with either of those things. I don't want to do the air bubble hyper because I would hit my head on those spikes probably. So I need to find my way back down here. This will have crumbled already. Ah. I think that tells me I'm doing this wrong. Because this has crumbled already, and that square thing there may be smashed, well, maybe that's okay. But no, I think I see a more believable sequence. So I think everything that I said was in the wrong order. Because after this bubble, nothing makes sense anymore, because I've already done that section that I'm not supposed to have. Okay, so I think I never go upward through this gap, only downward. And that makes more sense to me, because after going upward I would have to do something really awkward that I'm not convinced would even work. So to reroute, with the feather, I smash this and fall down. That uses my Why is that pink though? Maybe because I don't want to feather through this extremely narrow spot. I'm supposed to feather to the mushroom, then just double dash to not have to be in flight mode to get through there? I don't know, I think I could get through there in flight mode. I don't know why you're pink. Anyway, it just seems like there's one more dash than I'm using no matter what I do here. Unless I go up, and there are lots of problems with that. So let's just imagine it's not a problem, there's one more dash than I'm expecting. Maybe this crystal is for later. Let's imagine this crystal doesn't regrow, and I will be using it. Yeah, that makes sense now. This crystal is for the second pass, not the first. Okay, so pink crystal. Smash that, still have a dash, fall down, don't eat the crystal. Dash right, get the bubble and the air jump. Do the hyper thingy. I guess dash left. I am assuming that this arrow regrows. Wait a second. Yellow thing is coming, which will change my path. Or I just do a reverse hyper on it? If this doesn't come back... This is so much. I love it, though. Okay. On the first pass... No, it will be there. No. At all times I have... Well, it depends how quickly it moves. Anyway, after the feather, I go down. Somehow I go left, however that works. Let's imagine I immediately do this little loop. Which would mean I dash left, interrupt down, bubble right, dash upright, dash left. Hope I can drift down comfortably into the red bubble. Red bubble up. Wall jump, interrupt right, smash the first thing. Oh! The reason this is pink is because immediately after that smash I dash down left, then left. Okay, that's a bit to ask, but probably doable. Get this bubble with its... What this setup is telling me most clearly is that I'm probably doing a bubble air hyper to the right, and that I have enough clearance to not hit my head on that. Bubble air hyper means I'm ducking while I jump, so yeah, I'll probably miss this. Yeah, I'm just gonna say I have the clearance to do that. Then I suspect this is an air crouch super into ultra, interrupt down, do whatever dance I have to do there. This is like 5 rooms in one. Okay, but taking the form of 1 room. All the other rooms in this level have looked like that, none of them have ended up playing like that. But maybe this will be the first. Anyway, after all those things, I do whatever it takes to get into that red bubble, which I think I can just figure out locally once I'm there. Maybe I can just climb jump from there? I don't think climb jump goes that high. I'll be a little short. I need a dash when I'm sandwiched in between those, or I need a wall bounce not to kill me. And it's not clear how either of those things would happen. But anyway, let's assume I can red bubble. The square has been smashed, the rectangle has not yet. I think I just make no inputs, let the bubble smash the rectangle, and rebound me back, or will I continue bubbling? The reason this crystal is there is because I was dashing out of the bubble, so I think I dash left to interrupt the bubble. Smash this, get the rebound alignment with the pixel thing, get that crystal finally, either reverse wave dash on that if that bubble is permanently gone or something, or get in the bubble and... Well then what's the arrow for? Let's assume the arrow doesn't come back. Let's assume 1, the arrow doesn't come back, and 2, this moves slowly. So I use the bubble and arrow the first time. The second time I just reverse wave dash on the yellow thing. Although, look at the size of this. I think that will be standable. I looked at the size, I compared, so that's 2 tiles tall. 2 tiles is taller than it looks in this spot. Like that rightward protrusion there is only a little more than 1 tile tall. I think that'll be standable. Do I? I don't know if that'll be standable. Like, I'm wondering if I have to get it in motion. Let's assume not. Anyway, so I've done those things. I reverse wave dash or whatever on the... Won't I hit those spikes? I don't know. Anyway, I get to the red bubble. The rest of this is straightforward enough. It's a lot of stuff, but it's straightforward enough. Air bubble hyper. Dash up, get feathered. Get in here. Bubble, crouch, dash, ultra. Get there. Do that, interrupt, get that. Reverse whatever, ultra. I feel like this part of the room almost doesn't need to be here. Like, the exit could have been here. That would have made sense to me. But there's this whole extra section, too. And then that little horror at the end. Okay. Yeah, there is absolutely no way this room's getting done today. So, back to my goal of touching that one first feather. And maybe attempting to parse a little bit of what's beyond it, maybe. That's the stretch goal. This is mostly a watchtower day. Okay, I don't need to do that as fast as I'm attempting to do it. I can take my time a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. I need to get that timing nailed. Feels good when I do it, but I often don't. The more of this room I can at least get a little bit of practice time on, the more that I will learn in my sleep and be able to do fluently next time, because that's how it works. This is feeling like a 3-day room at this point, but again, my predictions are not particularly accurate. Sometimes they are. That was weird. I see what happened, but it was weird. Right, and I haven't touched that feather yet. I touched the feather. Okay, goal accomplished. Great. Alright, so now, let's see how comfortable this flight is. Not very. Right, now that I've felt those motions, should be able to do them again. Ah! How does that keep happening? Such a weird thing to go wrong. It's just something about, like, my neutral position on the D-pad. When it's completely released there, I end up going a little bit up when I don't need to. It's just a lot of inputs in every single part of this, and there are a lot of parts of it. That didn't go far enough. I guess I needed to hold left a little bit, and I didn't. Yeah, don't like that flight, but it's the only thing the feather really does. Whoops. So get used to it. Okay, I'm setting a new goal. Touch that yellow touch switch. Because knowing what that actually does is kind of important. And hopefully survive long enough to actually see what it does. I should ultra a lot later than that. So that's a slow ultra. I'm used to them demanding that I go faster than I naturally go. But now it's the opposite. Wah! Theoretically, I could steer in that direction if I did the rest of the inputs right. I think it would work. But there's that doing the rest of the inputs right part. Ah! Again! How? Such a weird problem. But remarkably frequent. Ah! Okay, so I have to keep holding left, but at some point I do want that jump to be neutral. So just gotta modulate. Dang it! Late ultra. Late ultra. Late. Now imagine doing all of this without a crouch dash button. Let's see if I can even do the one manual crouch dash here. Why am I doing this? This is pointless. But now that I've started, I want to do it at least once. Yeah, okay, so this is what it would look like without a manual crouch dash button. There, I did it once, okay. Now stop. I have a goal. Late ultra. I'm never able to think about that because the rest takes up too much of my brain space, which is why I want this practice now, so that it can stop doing that. Well, I touched the feather, I did late ultra. Come on now. Dang it. Wah! Okay. Touch that touch switch. Late ultra. Late. Yeah, see, that's... even that wasn't late enough. For a different reason than usual. That's a little wider than an exact 1 pixel gap, because I noticed there's some variance in where I am. Which makes sense because, I don't think I'd actually get normalized to a specific position like I thought I might there. What?! Ah! Man, the inputs. I could press a second jump button if I wanted to. What? Super, please. No, that's not the way. I mean, in the second spot it's a little closer to relevant, but I do need to have my D-pad neutral. Well, but that has nothing to do with the jump button having been neutral. Anyway. There we go, I touched it. Okay, you're slow. Slow enough that there's no way I'm interacting with you first. Okay. Alright. So that gives me probably the information I need, assuming my route ends up working out. Well, the ways in which it doesn't will tell me the rest of the information I need, probably. Okay, so this room is a project. Perhaps more so than the one I thought would mainly be. But I've started it, I've done the first steps, I've done a pretty serious parsing on it. I think I know what I'm gonna have to do. So, next time, gonna work on it.